The holiday travel season can bring crowded airports, packed flights, and plenty of challenges. But what if the chaos doesn't have to be stressful? Author Brandon Blewett is here to share more about his book, How to Avoid Strangers on Airplanes, and how travel can actually be enjoyable. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Great to be here.
Quite a title for a book.
It is.
How'd you come up with it? What was the inspo behind writing this?
So the inspiration was really just 15 years of weekly work travel and constantly feeling like I lived inside one of those corporate or workplace humor memes.
Yeah, literally you're like The Office, but in the airport.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly
Love
how it
that.
is.
Okay, so because the title is so out there, what do you hope readers take away after they read it?
It's not going to change the world. The point of the book is really just to showcase that whether we're on a flight or on a career journey, there's going to be delays, there will be turbulence, and sometimes the best tool to combat the frustration is really just being able to laugh at yourself and your circumstances and have a great sense of humor.
I love that. I love that. Okay, 15 years of weekly travel.
Yes.
That is insane. The holidays, though, are a really busy time for travelers. So what do you think is the best advice that you've learned as far as navigating holiday travel, the chaos, especially at DFW or at Love Field here in Dallas?
I think the most important thing around the holidays is because of the increased volume of passengers, give yourself an extra 30 minutes.
Yes.
And one thing that I've also noticed, I see a lot of passengers that are reliant on paper boarding passes or the monitors. Download the app.
Yes.
The app has all the latest information on your flight. And if there's a gate change at DFW, that could mean you're not just walking a few steps, but you're hopping on a train and walking a few football fields. So
I love that you said that, just because of the simple fact that I see people all the time trying to check their bags in the line, and they're struggling between the boarding pass and the little pass that you have just in case your luggage get lost, and then you have your ID. Like, everything is just a jumble, but they have the app for a reason, you guys. If you don't know how to use it, get someone to teach you. So do you have any memorable stories at DFW that shows the importance of preparation and practice? I know you said 30 minutes early really can't help.
So how much time do we have? So one memorable moment I actually read about in the book, I call it a gatequake. So it's a series of just unfortunate events that all occur at the same time. I think earlier in the morning that day, there was an issue with the air traffic control tower. There was also a series of thunderstorms and tornadoes. The AC was struggling in the particular terminal I was in.
Jesus.
My flight looked very grim. It did not look like I was going to make it to Kansas City. But because I've traveled so much, I knew find a quiet spot, get on the website, search for an alternative route. And then it was the patients came in with the waiting game of being on the phone or waiting in line with a gate agent. Ultimately, I was able to find a later flight, and I have never been more thankful for a middle seat than that night.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Just because when people hear that, or at least when I hear you talking about that, I already feel stressed already from my flight not taking off to me having to sit on the phone. Traveling is not for the weak. Let's talk about, because passengers can maybe not be our friends. You know, sometimes we meet someone who's really cool, but also there's really difficult passengers, ones who are kicking the back of your seat. Let's talk strategies in this book of how you deal with that.
So lots of therapy. But I'd
You're
say,
a trip.
So I would say, you know, readers when they take a look at the book will notice that it's written from the perspective of a bystander, someone that's largely looking on at the situations. I have never once seen someone inject or insert themselves into a tense situation and to do anything but escalate the matter. There are people that are in positions of authority that can control and, you know, change unruly behavior. I say take a breath, maybe take a sip, and blare up the volume on your headphones.
Okay, I love that. I love that. Take a sip. You know what he meant by that. Any survival tips that every traveler should know before they even step foot in DFW or in Love?
Yeah, I think the main thing is control what you can control and let go of what you can't. And there's several things that we can control. We can control understanding the traffic that, you know, and how long it's going to take to commute to the airport. You can also check the DFW website for parking availability, and they actually have every single TSA checkpoint wait time available on their website, which is super helpful because it's not always the checkpoint closest to your gate that is going to have the shortest wait time.
Right.
I'd also say make sure that you pack your snacks, because you get there, the lines are long, especially this time of year. And when people have low blood sugar levels, they get a little bit cranky.
Listen, you are not you when you're hungry, okay? Make sure you have a snack.
Exactly.
I love that. Such good advice. And this book is just hilarious, you guys. I got to read a few excerpts, and really is. It's perfect to read while you're waiting for your flight in the terminal. So there you go. Where can people actually find your book?
So you can find my book at Amazon. It's also on Kobo, Barnes & Noble, and on iBooks.
Love it. Well, Brandon, I'm going to be reading this on Friday when I get on my flight, and hopefully it'll take off on time and I won't have to worry about it too much. But I'll be using your tips if it doesn't.
All right. And on Saturday, go Ponies.
Go Ponies. There you go. I love it. Thank you.